This is the Investor Mindset Podcast.
What a fun episode. We're going to dive in really quick to something that is going to directly impact your life. I am curious. I'm almost sure, but I'm very curious to know, is this something you've ever felt? One of these fears that I'm going to talk about here today, because I'm going to dive into the three modalities of fear. And most importantly, how do we get on the other side of that? And what is on the other side? And how can we start looking for that other side when we're feeling that feeling? So let's dive right into it right now. So, when we're doing anything in life, there's always that chance that we're going to start going through some of these thoughts in our head, that we're going to start thinking, well, what if it didn't work? What if I tried and I totally fell flat on my face? What if I try and people criticize me, or they make fun of me, or they judge me? Or what if I'm just not worthy, or I'm not capable, I don't have what it takes to succeed at doing this thing? When those three ideas, those three types of fear pop into our head, it can be an anchor just deep in the sand, holding us down. It's that foundation that holds us in place instead of allowing us to move forward in the right way. So I want to talk a little bit about each of these, because I know in my real estate experience, in my life experience, I have ran into these over and over, and I still do, on a regular basis. But it's the quicker that you can catch yourself recognizing when you're feeling that fear, when it's something that's holding you back, and how you can actually move forward with it. So first, getting into, if I try, I could fail. If I try to start investing in real estate, I could fail. If I try joining this mastermind, I could fail. I could fail at doing what it takes to make the most of it. I could fail at the way that it could work out. If I try to buy this apartment building, I could lose all of my money and everyone else's money along the way. And the honest truth is, yeah, you're darn right, you could. But fortunately, on the other side, there is an answer. The same thing goes with if I decide to jump into flipping houses, that people might criticize me. People might say, hey, well, you're just going to go and do one of those things. You're going to jump on the bandwagon with everyone else. Or if you're going to join a mastermind, people are going to say, hey, you're going to get screwed. People are going to take your money. You're not going to get any value from it. It's going to be a waste. Or talking about buying an apartment building, people are going to criticize you, thinking that it's possible for you to actually do that, which leads into the next thing of, am I worthy, or I'm not worthy of doing it? Another way this might shape up is, I don't have the skill set. Now, I don't know how to do that. I don't come from a background of people who do that. Our family is just not one of those kind of families that buys apartment buildings. I'm not a multimillionaire. I can't think like multimillionaires. What that's really below the surface is, it's essentially saying I'm not worthy of doing it. I don't have the skills quite yet. I'm not there. So on the other side of each of these three modalities of fear, thank goodness, there is the law of polarity. The law of polarity says that on one end of this spectrum, the exact opposite is just as possible. That equal opportunity for the opposite option to be possible. So with the law of polarity in place, if we go back through some of those fears, some of those feelings, some of those thoughts that come into our head, we can flip them on their head. If I try, I could fail, could be, if I try, I could actually succeed. And how would that feel? And what would that be like? Or people might criticize me, and that could be, people actually love what I'm doing. People get inspired. People look up to the fact that I dove in and gave it a shot. And of course, the old I'm not worthy could be, I am worthy, and I've always been worthy, and I've got whatever it takes. I know that I can find a way to make it happen. I know that I can learn the skills to do this the way that I know it must be done. So when we flip it on its head, when we go from thinking I could fail to, wow, what happens if this actually works? What happens if, how would life actually be if I succeeded? If people weren't to criticize me, maybe they're going to look up to me. Maybe I'm going to be an idol to them. Maybe I'm going to be an example of inspiration of going after the thing that's really important to you. Or, the old I'm not worthy could actually be have always been worthy, and I just had to realize it. I just had to realize that everything that I needed was right there. It's been here the entire time, and it's going to continue to be here. And as long as I'm thinking that thought of I'm not worthy, then I'm not going to be able to show up in a worthy way. But as soon as we bring in that law of polarity and we say to ourselves, let's flip this. And so the way that I want to encourage you guys to apply it, and if you guys are driving in your car, I encourage you to go back and re-listen to this again and take some notes and apply it. But if you're not and you're sitting down right now, I encourage you to write down in front of yourself, what are some ways that fear is playing into your life, that it's holding you back, and which category is it falling into? Is it the fear of if I try, I could fail? Or is it I'm worried about people criticizing me or what they might think? Or I'm worried that maybe I don't have what it takes or I'm not worthy? Let's try to identify what some of those fears are that are holding you back right now. Write those down. If you only got your phone, write it in your notes app. Put it down on paper so you can see it, and then think to yourself, okay, well, what's the opposite? What is the opposite of that feeling? And how can I use that in a positive way to move forward? So with this, I encourage you guys, go out, do amazing things. If you found some value in this and you're the kind of person who likes to help other people, I encourage you to share this wherever you're going to share it. Send it to a text message to a friend or family member who could use this right now. Put it up on social media and share it with the folks that could get some value from this, because I promise you, if you got value, they will too. So thank you so much. I encourage you guys to take action, go do some great things, and let's live a better life every single day.
Thank you for listening to the Investor Mindset Podcast. If you like what you heard, make sure to rate, review, subscribe, and share it with a friend. Head over to theinvestormindset.com to join the Insider Club, where we share tools and strategies from the top investors and entrepreneurs on how to take it to the next level.